How we doing tonight, guys?
Terrible.
Welcome in. Going hard in the paint right here. I don't know how hard we've been going, but we here Thursday night. Thank you guys for joining us at the Bama Standard Network. Tonight, we got a great show. I don't know how great, but it's going to be
We have
great.
a show.
But
We have a show.
it's some downing things to talk about tonight, guys. We're going to get through them. Grab your title towel, or if you got to use it, dry them tears up. You never know. All right, got to use it. We got my man Herb with us tonight. Got that man Daniel Pettey with us. Your host JT. Make sure that if you are here right now that you like and subscribe. You check out the page, guys. We got Bama shows all the way through. We talk about just about anything with Bama football. We got Bama basketball here. Pick your show, like your face, whichever one you want to choose. But before we kick it off tonight, guys, Herb, let the beautiful people know what they need to have when they go to Coleman.
So, unfortunately, we weren't waving these in victory, and like you already said, there was a lot of this with my title towel this past week. But still, show your love and support. Hit up my boys at Whitwheel Sports. Check it out. At least we'll be prepared. The Bama team's not always, but as a fan, you always will be. Go check them out. Get your title towel today. Yeah.
That is true.
It's been
that
rough
is
for
very
it.
true. It has been. It's been rough, but we're going to get there. We're going to get back to it, baby. So, kick us off, Daniel Pettey. Actually. Beautiful people need to know about beautiful things that they can have in or around their home. And Daniel, let the beautiful people know that watch this beautiful show where they can find that product at.
Love the way you intro that. You can find that product at Lamstone Company or realrockstone.com. Yeah, absolutely. If you're building that dream home, you've inevitably seen those beautiful homes with that beautiful natural stone and thought, I need that on my home. Well, don't wait. Go to Lamstone Company today, realrockstone.com. They're located in Aniana, Alabama. They are one of the oldest, most trusted sources in the state. Tell them we sent you using the promo code the Bama Standard, and you'll get 10% off your purchase of stone. Look, hit them up today. Get that beautiful stone for your house. Get it for your yard. Get that patio. Whatever you need, they can hook you up like my man JT said. Give them some love as they give us love and keep the lights on.
All right. And, guys, if you're watching the show right now, leave us a comment. What's your thoughts on the Auburn game? Because that's what we're about to get into. Go ahead, leave your comments. We'll start pulling them up maybe as we go through tonight. Alabama versus Auburn, that was a very tough one. Mark Sears scored 18 points. Grant Nelson added 12 and 12 rebounds for Alabama. He had a double-double, but they failed to create the comeback. That at one point in time when Sears made that three, I was like, yeah, this is it. We're not losing. That late three he had and brought it in within 6, I believe. I was like, yeah, this is it, baby. Comeback time. And boom, it just kind of came out from underneath us. Herb, kick us off tonight, man. Thank you guys for leaving the comments. Appreciate you, Kyle. We got my brotherly love down there, Mr. Raj, in the comments as well. Herb, kick us off tonight. Alabama versus Auburn recap. Turnovers was a big thing. Also, I want to say before you kick it off, lack of energy to start the game and halves. Like, it was just lacking. It was not where it was later when we started panicking. And we went into panic mode then. Herb, how did you feel about that Alabama versus Auburn game?
Well, only 6. If you told me we were going to have 6 turnovers against Auburn, I'm telling you we're winning. So that was it. And I know people want to – their defense is just much better than ours. They forced us in. There was a sequence there where I think Sears took a long shot and missed it. It bounced all the way out. Youngblood took a long one, missed it. And then it bounced to Holloway, and Holloway hits it. We're all cheering. I'm like, that was 3 bad shots. We just happened to make one of them. And I know people – I've seen too much of this lately where people are looking in the box. We're like, oh, if we had just hit a couple more threes, we win that game. And I'm like, did you see the shots we're taking? Like, the way I equate it is, like, let's say I'm up against you guys. And by the way, I was a terrible shooter, so you guys would beat me anyway. So I'm just going to make this example even worse. But if y'all are taking shots from the free throw line, and I'm taking shots from half court, and in a game you guys are like, oh, look, they both went 8 out of 10, and Herb went 1 out of 10. If he had hit a couple more, no, I'm still taking shots from half court.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Percentage. on taking terrible shots, and they've a lot of terrible shots. The other thing I saw, we just don't go strong to the hole. You know, we get a little bump or a little bit of contact, and it's a terrible shot. And when I say bumper contact, I'm not calling out the refs. You cannot call everything when you go to the hole. You just sorry. And at the next level, it's going to be even worse. We have got to figure out how to score, maybe pull up, maybe a little float or something. But it was just a lot of terrible drives and a lot of terrible three-pointers. But I credit their defense. You know, their defense is much better than us. And then they have Broom. You know, whenever they need they dump it down to him, and usually something good happens. And we just don't have that when the going gets tough. So it was a tough game to watch, man.
Yeah, and people talk about what you said, Herb. We were 19% from the three line. So people talked about if we would have hit a couple more threes. So that's where people look at the scoreboard kind of thing. 5 for 26. We couldn't buy a bucket in the first half for real. Too much. It was tough. Lack of energy to start the game. The turnovers that happened when they did was the thing for me.
Of them.
Yes, that's what I meant by turnovers. I didn't.
Yeah. No, you're right. You
know, I just said turnovers. You're right, because it was only 6, and hey, you're gonna have some somewhere. Somebody's gonna mess up. Timing of those turnovers was God. Like Auburn forced the turnover. They it's like it wasn't an accident. Oh, here's the ball. Cool. Here you go, man. No, it was like, all right, yeah, we meant for that to happen. Like and you're like, dang, you know. So it's one of those things. I think we're gonna look back on, learn from it. Look back on it, get better. Daniel Pettey, let us know your initial thoughts on the Alabama versus Auburn game recap.
Yeah, y'all kind of touched on it, and you can look at the 19% from three, but it was how that 19% came. Like Herb was talking about where they were shooting it from. I'm going to talk about how they were shooting it and with the way they looked. They looked like everything was being forced, where Auburn looked comfortable shooting their shots. And again, a lot of that's coming from behind, but when it would get to 1 point or 2 points, it would almost look like we would force one, get down there and not get a comfortable look and just get an off rhythm shot. And then Baker Mazar or Broom would go down there and just drain one and pump it back to 4, then go force another one real quick. And then they got it back out to 6, 8. Then you're back in that catch up game. And that was the routine all night. And it just, in a game where I expected us to be more comfortable behind the 3-point line, you know, we've praised Alabama for getting Holloway in the rhythm of the 3-point game with the game we play. And then we turn around and play Auburn, and we're the ones forcing it at home. And I just, you know, a lot of it's to credit to Auburn. If they're hitting 40% beyond the arc, they're probably going to win the freaking national title. I know that sucks to say. It's almost makes me throw up in my mouth saying it, but that's the fact of the matter. That team they're like you said, man, we get touched and we're falling off or jumping back to take the mid-range jumper where they're going straight to the hole. And it's just got to play physical, and they out-physicaled us. And I believe
they did. They really did.
Talk about energy. I feel like that cost not just one game, but possibly 2. I believe that's going to be a theme because that energy kind of parlayed very well into the next night. And this is a look in the mirror moment, and we're going to get to it because I believe this is a perfect get right spot for Alabama. We'll get to that in a second. So we'll put some salve on. We're not going to sugarcoat how ugly it is right now because there's some real gut check moments. And I'll give Sears credit. And we're going to get to the Missouri game later, but I mean, you know, we go as Sears goes, and Sears didn't play great against Auburn. You know, I felt like he played pressured, like he was forcing a lot of it. And I felt like that energy fed to the rest of the team. Yeah. You know, just a night when he getting done. And, you know, again, you got to give credit where credit due. Auburn's a hell of a basketball team, but it was a night where even though you give credit to that team, we didn't play our best. I want to tip my hat when we play our best game and lose, not when there's some things off. So, yeah, I tip my hat. They're a good team, but they also didn't get our best that night either. Yeah. And it was disappointing because it then parlayed into another game that we're going to talk about. So,
and to your point, real quick, okay. We get sped up. Auburn doesn't get sped up, and that's just kind of how it is.
True.
When we get sped up, we're so out of control.
Yes,
and they're just steadier. So sorry,
great added. No, absolutely, great point, Herb.
And hey, J. Michael, right here. We've been playing the last 2 games with zero confidence. I agree. 10 million%.
Which is crazy.
Confidence is flat. It's not like it's Nate Oats' fault, in my opinion, because I feel like he's got these boys ready. I don't know necessarily what it is, but let me throw a stat at you real quick. We ain't going to beat a dead horse. But you got 70 total shots from Alabama. 25 of them come off the bench, okay? Out of those 25 shots, only 12 of them was made, all right? So not too bad off the bench there. I'm going to go I'm going to go to the shots because I don't want nobody to think when Herb was saying about I would have made another 3 or 2. Like, technically, yeah, would have made some more threes. I get what you're saying. But percentage is a better percentage shot is what we need. But we do need to shoot the ball. We do need to do those things just in a better percentage shot. Like, hey, you're on the wing, shoot that thing. You're off in the corner, that's your shot, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we do need to make them. But if you look at it, like I said, 12 was on the bench. Now, if you're looking at your starters right here, everybody go back. Herb, we talked about this in the preseason. Chris Youngblood's at 29 minutes in this game, which is huge. He's getting a big role right now, a big chunk in SEC play. We just got to get better. And I think if the bench can provide a couple more shots, too, to help out a little bit on some off nights. We only played, 9 guys. This will normally play a little bit more. Just depends. But, it's a tough one. We get them back in March. Don't dwell on it too much. Everybody in the comments, thank you guys. Y'all turning up in the comments. Don't dwell on this too much. We get them back in March. And, like, what was that rapper that said? Was it Pooh Shiesty that said, get it back in blood? Because that's what we're going to do. We're going to go down there to Jordan-Hare, and we're going to get it back in blood. That's going to be a good one. So, not going to spend too much time on it. But we're going to switch gears. Alabama versus Auburn, recap. Tide should have been a little bit better. Turnovers at certain times was bad, like Herb said. Better percentage shots, dude. We shot the ball 3 times one time, and not one time the percentage shot was even good. It just so happenly fell in the bucket. You don't want to live like that because when you do, you lose 94 to 85 then because some didn't fall that night because it's luck. It ain't skill. So, yeah, and I'm pretty sure you don't practice luck. Yeah. You don't. I mean, you got some Hail Mary plays. I get that, but we need no media distraction. Roll Tide. I agree too. No media distraction from them, Mom. But also we live in a social media day and age and world, so that's a tough one. But we're gonna kick gears. Too, so, yeah. Last night, fresh on our memories, guys. Last night.
We played last
night.
I
do love how you call Auburn's basketball arena Jordan-Hare. Like
I did call it Jordan-Hare.
You did that the other day too. I'm like, I guess I just play all their sports in that.
Golly,
that Indian Rig Stadium.
I mean, they are a very physical team.
So Daniel, that's what it is to me. That's what it is. It's that Indian burial ground they have, and it's voodooed my brain to thinking that anything with them has to do with that place. So yeah, it does live in my head a little bit rent free. Not gonna lie, it does. But it's okay. It's because it's like an Indian burial ground. All right. So
I was down there. I was down there last year for a football game. I was trying to look to see where they snuck off to in the fourth quarter to start doing their voodoo rituals.
Yeah, dude. So my hometown team played there. And they played in the state championship in Jordan-Hare, and needless to say, some stuff happened there too, and it's just bad. It's bad juju, bro. It's bad juju. But Alabama versus Missouri recap, guys. Last night the Tide came out just as flat. Hangover part 2, part 3.
Hangover part 2. Now we're
it was
Mike Tyson tattoos.
It was yes. It was.
If you told me they were all drunk, then that would have at least explained a lot. Then I would have gone, oh, well, okay.
So right now though, I do want to point on this real quick. I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna let Pettey kick this one off. Last year, we weren't playing good right now. We didn't play good in the tournament, SEC tournament for real either. It was decent. Wasn't nothing great. It was literally decent. Bama hit their stride in the NCAA tournament in middle of March when you want to hit your stride either on the back end of the SEC championship or tournament going into the NCAA or hitting in the NCAA. So we haven't missed our cue yet, in my opinion. You don't want to be peaking right now. That's going to be the problem. Peaking right now is a first-round bye, second-round bye in the NCAA tournament. I promise you, pull this video back. We will pull it back, bookmark it. We'll pull this back. And if I'm wrong, pull it back and tell me I'm wrong, but I promise you I'm going to be right. The teams that are peaking right now will be the ones that go bye-bye round 1, round 2, might make it round 3, 32, Sweet 16. You won't see them go far. They're peaking now. And you're going to have a team that's going to be peaking that may have 8 to 10 losses in the NCAA tournament. They're going to be peaking, and they're going to show up and see St. John State that night, and they're going to win. It's just how it happens. Everybody knows what I mean. It's just one of those teams that
you're right.
They have a St. Mary Joseph of New Hampshire. What is that? Like, well, yeah, they're good. Yeah, apparently, like they don't miss. It's it's just crazy. Like, but that's what makes it. That's March Madness. That is what it is. That's what it's about. So, Bama has not missed his threshold yet, guys. That's what I want everybody to know. Don't panic yet. We just ain't playing good right now. We can turn the switch around. Pettey, let us know last night and maybe how we can turn that switch around too, with Kentucky coming up Saturday. We ain't got to talk about that one yet, but go ahead.
Well, I 1,000% agree, man, that you can't get over emotional about playing a bad stretch of basketball right now. First of all, you're playing in the toughest league in the country. You played a very emotional game on Saturday against your rival and lost. Then you immediately got to go up to damn Missouri, a long drive, sleepy place to go. And you come out, I mean, that's a recipe for getting your butt popped again because nobody's paying attention. Missouri's lost one game at home this year on a last-second shot to Texas A&M. They beat Kansas in that place, man. Missouri, they've gone on the road and beat Florida this year. This Missouri team's the real damn deal. And then you catch a team that's coming off a very emotional loss where they didn't play their best game. And man, if you cut and that's again proof to you better show up every damn night with your big boy pants on in the SEC, or you're going to get your feelings hurt regardless of how talented or good you are. Because very next night, Auburn was holding on to their damn pants just to beat Arkansas at home. So look, and Arkansas is a bubble team, so it took it out of Auburn too. They were just at home and managed to hang on against a team that didn't have the ability. Unfortunately,
hey man, that coach is
he's
good.
Great. He's the man.
Coach is good, man.
Missouri's got you. They got it going. He's a great coach. He's serious, but his players love him, play for him. I don't know if you saw the post game. He don't ever smile, but you'd think he's an asshole. But no, you can tell that his players love that dude. So again, you come out and spot them 12 points. So you're playing from freaking behind. The one thing I want to give credit to, you come out flat. You look like Hangover 2. You got the Mike Tyson tattoo on your damn face. You're playing so bad and drunk. But somewhere, somehow, your leader emerges and says, hell no, don't quit. And in the second half, that's where we're not going to talk about Kentucky yet. We're going to get to Kentucky because I actually love this matchup. I think this is a get-right spot. But there's going to be some mirror soul searching. But in the second half of that ball game, I know it was a loss. I know it's 2 in a row, blah, blah, blah. But I saw a team that didn't quit. They didn't quit because their leader. You're down 12 points, and then you cut it to 6, and you're like, shit, we're in this. 8 minutes, 6 points. That's nothing. We're going to come back and win this game. Then you turn around, and they're on a 7-point run, and it's back up 13. Like, damn it. And then you get to 5, and all of a sudden Sears hits another one. Okay, we got it to 9, under 5. The math is still working. And then they cut it back out to 12, 14, and you're like, shit, the math ain't working.
The math ain't mathing right now.
Math ain't mathing, and I'm from Mississippi, and I'm like, shit, all over the wall, scratching stuff, counting my toes. And then with a minute to go, Sears hits a 3, and it's a 6-point game. And again, I'm like, I ain't mathing, but if we can, and all that dumb shit aside and stupid math from Mississippi, I saw a team that didn't quit in a game that they could have easily said, to hell with this, man. We're down 16. Every time we make a mild run, they pop a 3 in our damn face. It's just screw it and give up. That team didn't give up, man. So there is something you can take from that. That was a team that fought their ass off. And look, you saw Oats. He was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
He
was mad at the fans for throwing stuff on the arena out on the court. Yeah. He got on the PA system and was snapping.
But so, if you take anything from that, it sucked. You come out of the gate flat, but the team, man, found something in that second half and fought.
Yeah, I agree. Tough one there. Last night, man, that's a still scratching my head on last night.
You guys should jump into our text thread.
Yeah. I woke up this morning like 30 texts because I fell asleep last night. And I was like, okay, yeah, these boys, yeah, that was a good one.
I have issues. My name's Daniel. I have a problem.
Herb, let us know what's your thoughts after seeing last night's game, kind of digesting it, what the Tide's been going through, Alabama versus Missouri recap. How we feeling about it?
I'm trying to think, what did Raj text me? I think we were 2 minutes into this game, and he goes, "All right, this one's over." Like they just came out and punched us in the mouth, and it was just. It's like Pettey said, man. It was nice to see them to come, but it was. I think I even posted it last night. Like, hey, are we coming back or not, or can I go to bed because I got an early job in the morning? Like, I just need. But the fight was on the offensive end. I don't know that we strung together like 2 or 3 stops in a row the entire night. I mean, we gave 204 points in 2 games. Like, there has to be something better defensively. And then I really hate that we spoiled maybe Mark Sears' moment. You know, like he was
35 points.
He was trying his best, but guys who I've been touting, kind of like Youngblood, I guess, let me down in this one too. 1 for 7 from 3, 3 from 11 from the field. Holloway had 4 turnovers, a guy who usually gets maybe 1, maybe 2. It was just kind of a collective letdown in a game. And I agree with you guys. I mean, the letdown from Auburn carried over the beginning of this game, and Missouri was hype for this game. They were ready. I don't think they were missing anything to start it off. So you like the fight, but it was just too little, too late.
That Williams dude, it was just freaking. He was unstoppable.
You know?
Yeah, he was. And then I think also when you look at it, Bama was. We talk about the hangover thing. Like that's not just to keep beating a dead horse. That's Bama looked hungover like from it, like from that Saturday. It's like, man, are we really? I feel like they lost a little confidence in themselves. Like, are we really that good? Like,
I agree.
I think that was kind of what it looked. I'm not saying that it's the mindset of the team or anything like that because, though I believe they're going to bounce back. I just think it was a funk, man. You go through the motions. Coach used to beat that down us, man, about don't go through the motions. Don't go through the emotions because you're going through the emotions. Up and down, up and down, up and down. That's kind of how the games. Watch the last couple games have been up and down. You just said 12-0 run, and then then we come back, and then they score 7 more.
Yeah,
and then we come back, and it's just a.
Let's be real. We're seeing some of the football effect with the basketball team now. Once you go to a Final Four and you're a top 5 program, you're getting everybody's best shot, man. So if you walk in sleepwalking through those first few minutes, that's what you see, Caleb. It's 12-0 with 2 minutes ago. And like, damn, man, you can't. You're getting everybody. Missouri ain't overlooking Alabama because this is the Alabama teams of old that we're used to. No, they're getting prepped for one of the best teams in the country coming in.
Yep.
Herb, what do they need to have, brother? Let the beautiful people know what they need to have. Whether they're in Bryant-Denny or
win or lose, we need you this weekend to help us bounce back. You got to have the title towel. You got to have the title towel with you. All right, great guys there. Hit them up with Will Sports. Tell them Herb sent you. It might be like Herb who, but still, say it anyway. Boost my ego, and then type in standard to get your. That's the actual code to get your.
From City loves riding roller coasters. I feel you, bro. I do too.
I don't want to ride the roller. Look, I want us to come out 20-0 starts and then just coast to a victory from there. People ask me in football, what do you want to see? I want to see us up 30-0 in the first half and the game never get closer than that. Like, no, I can't handle our text threads when I've got like a 6 a.m. job. And we're sitting there watching, trying to figure out what the team's gonna do. Hey, are we gonna stop them twice in a row? Like, no, I can't do all this. I'm too old. My heart can't take it.
No, can't. It's rough, man. And then we get into it. We'll talk about the Bama hoops going forward right here. How does Bama recover from back-to-back losses? Hard road games ahead. March Madness is coming up as well, guys. There's a lot to look at here. And if we talk about it real quick, I'm going to say I kind of double down what I said earlier, guys. We just ain't It's about when you peak for this. We're not peaking yet, which is good. Somebody just said in the comments earlier, take the losses now, get them out the way. Go ahead and get the losses out the way now. How to get better? We got to focus on some fundamental basketball, in my opinion. I think it needs to get fundamentals, man. If we don't need to do nothing fancy, straight fundamentals, man. Nothing crazy. Shoot the ball, make some free throws, make some bounce passes when you bounce pass, make a chest pass when you chest pass. Read the defense. Make the shot. Take the shot. Rebound. Box out. The basics, man. Hustle. I think we're missing some of the basics here, and I think that'll change. So who is this in here said, I heard JT used to hang out with the Miz.
We're back. This is our
12-1 training. I don't know who that is, but yes.
No, the 12-1 training is the one that was on here a while back, slinging mad money at us, but knows all kinds of stuff about us. It's like our big brother.
That is somebody that like kind of knows me in some kind of way, which is crazy. But
he knows all kinds of stuff about us. He knows all about the show.
Yeah. So I know. I don't know the Miz, but I met him one time, and I got to hold the Intercontinental belt. It was pretty cool. I'll get that photo next episode.
I'll
bring the photo.
For it, or you just held it?
I won a medal. I won the skate off, and I was like skating around the little convenience center. Well, they had WWE there in Colorado that night in Denver. Well, they were there too at the center. So they're all walking around, and the Miz saw me and was like, "Did you win?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm the #1 skater." And he was like, "Come here, dude." And I went over there, and he just like tossed the belt on me, and I caught the belt, and it's like heavy. It's
no shit.
It does not look like the white one, the old IC, the old white belt with the strap. I got a picture. I'll find a picture.
Rumor has it you pitched a wrestling character to him that night called the Skater, and that was you were gonna do it.
I would. So if WWE called, Triple H called me, I'm with that. We'll do that. Roll Tides with that too. Roll Tides.
He will come at people like a spider monkey on skates. He'll do so much damn Mountain
Dew. Let us know what this outlook is coming right here, baby.
Thank you, 12-1.
Yeah, thank you. That was good. That was good story time. Let us know how you're feeling right now. Bama recovering, back-to-back losses, kind of what's this outlook going forward? What do we need to do? Are we hitting the panic button right now? Are we pressing the button?
Definitely not pressing the button. First off, it's like we've said all year, it's basketball. This league is tough. You can survive. I mean, what our seed is maybe dropped from a 1 to 2. You're in no real danger here. You'd like to be playing better basketball. I think having 2 home tilts coming up against Kentucky and Mississippi State, I think that helps you get back a little bit. Tennessee is tough, but I think still very beatable. Their defense will be great, but I hate the most basic thing, but I think we'll outscore them. It's kind of whatever it comes to Tennessee. You hit a couple shots and survive, I think you'll be okay.
That's a weird matchup. That's, I think, a very good matchup for Bama, bad for Tennessee. Tennessee's they're a weird team, man. They're good when they're on and the defense is clicking.
Right.
But if you get ahead of Tennessee, they can't play catch-up basketball at all. And it's almost like they get down and quit.
They're a service academy. They're run first, and now all of a sudden they got to pass to catch up, and it's just not what they're good at. So if they can keep you held down, so I think there's a perfect opportunity here to get right. You just got to play better. A couple of stops every once in a while would be great. Better shot selection. I said I think when we get sped up, we start thinking, oh, he said take this open shot. Yeah, but if you can't see the 3-point line from where you are, maybe that's not the best shot to take. So. Just smarter plays, man. Smarter plays.
A lot smarter plays, Herb. And I think one of the things with what you were saying right there, I meant to point this way.
Really?
I was pointing the wrong way. Anyways, I think one of the things that you're saying too right there, I want to see how we come out Saturday after all this. It's going to tell a lot. I think that right there is going to be a big one. Daniel Pettey, going forward, what does the Tide need to do? What's the outlook? Back-to-back losses, 12-1. I'm going to get to you in a second about that. We'll talk about that. But what you think right now, brother?
I actually think this is the perfect get-right game. And like what I just said about Tennessee, in the same vein, I say about Kentucky, but for a different reason. They don't play any defense. They're a very bad defensive ball club. They'll just stand there and watch you go to the hole. So if you attack Kentucky and get out on top of them, they'll also kind of lay down. But here's the deal with Kentucky. They can shoot the damn lights out. If they're shooting and own it, they'll put you in a game and they're going to run with you. And we could see one of those 112 to 108 games. And I'm not lying. Kentucky can shoot that damn good. They got guys that can straight throw it down. But again, they
with injuries, they're still scoring well.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're down to like their third or fourth string point guard. Kentucky's very banged up, and they are so vulnerable defensively. You're getting them in your house. This is a perfect get-right game. Take the damn name off the jersey. I don't care that it's Kentucky. This is an easier game than Auburn or Missouri by tenfold, and it's not even close. This team isn't close to the last two you played. Go get back to your basketball, like you were saying, Herb. Get the good shots. And this is a game that you can kind of win comfortably, man. I've watched Kentucky play pretty closely a lot lately, and they're a very vulnerable team. But again, you let them shoot and stay in it. Yeah, they can get hot, and it's Kentucky, and they'll shoot the basketball. But this is a very much a get right game, like you said. You got two in a row coming with Kentucky and then Mississippi State, another one you kind of match up favorably. And then you go on the road for Tennessee, which is their top 5 team, but it's a game again. You match up favorably. Then your toughest game, you come home and got Florida. So this is a chance. Look, it's the toughest part of the schedule, no doubt, but it's also a part of the schedule where you get hot against Kentucky, you beat Mississippi State, then you get some confidence and go beat Tennessee on the road, which is very doable. Then you come home to Florida, and that's a whole different ball of wax. And you got a different mindset. And you could actually play yourself back into a 1 seed at that point if you get.
That's a good way to look at it.
On the flip side, the wheels could absolutely come off. But I call me crazy, but I think this is the perfect time to get this Kentucky team.
Yeah. I think you have to forget that you beat Kentucky already, though. You cannot go in with that mindset.
Yes.
You got to go in with the mindset.
My veins are blood. My blood is red. You damn right. I've got hockey on right under me right here. USA. We just tied that bitch up 1-1, baby. Let's go. USA.
No, something though too. If talking about the game Saturday, I think that if you look at the beating Kentucky mindset, I think that goes out the window because we just lost 2.
Yeah.
I think if we didn't lose those 2, I'd be worried about Saturday more. If we didn't lose those 2, I'd be really worried about Saturday because we're due one. But I think now it's the coin's flipped. So
when you nailed it, man, get your ugly basketball out now. You can't do it in March. And this is look, March isn't going to be this difficult out of the gate. The first weekend in March isn't going to be as difficult as the last few weeks or the next.
No, weeks. I honestly, call me crazy here. I actually think it's going to be. I actually think it's going to be a pretty. I think Bama's going to be able to do good in the tournament up until we come up to an SEC team that we've already played 2 times.
We get to the second weekend. I think the first weekend will be much easier than what we've dealt with this last
I agree. I honestly think until we start playing an SEC team or a really good ACC team, maybe, I honestly think we'll be able to handle just about anybody. But we'll have to see. I don't want to shoot and count ducks before they're there. So we'll hold tight there. But we got any questions real quick, Pettey?
We did have a question. I'd start a few things. Oh, JT came at us with one more too. JT, one training $4.99 super chat in the house. Can we see JT face off against Herb for the Intercontinental title? How can we set that in motion? I even further it. I think we need to do a cage match.
We will.
I mean, you got to.
I'm just telling you right now. I'm coming out to Shawn Michaels music. I'm getting the vest. Okay. I'm getting the chaps, bro.
I'm cute.
I'm gonna hit when I get on stage. I'm gonna hit the little zip down thing like you did. I'm hitting all of it.
Mama always told me never ever wrestle a man who has an IV coming from Mountain Dew. So I stick with that. Mom said some weird stuff, but that's one of the things. I'm done. My brother has no faith in me. I'm gonna tag my brother in.
He said JT. so me and JB, it'd be JT and JB in a tag team match against Herb and Raj for the world Tag Team Championship.
I'm bringing a chair to the ring.
Ladders and tables match.
That's
no,
fine.
we're gonna make it a ladders match. Put the belts hanging.
I would absolutely be a heel because we're not wrestling straight up for anything.
That was my.
Yeah, I'm a baby face. I'm definitely a baby face. Definitely
JT,
baby
I
face.
didn't get to. I wasn't of the. I'm way too old to have had walkout music. You know, we didn't have that in my day of playing ball. But by the time I hear it, softball beer leagues, we did, and absolutely Shawn Michaels' "Sexy Boy" was my walkout music.
That is my favorite.
Music.
My favorite one is Shawn Michaels, dude. I love Shawn Michaels. That's the GOAT to me. Best in-ring performer, obviously, but I think he's the GOAT, man. I remember watching him as a kid. Now we're talking about wrestling, but he is one of my favorite.
I'm 100% with you.
I'm a Michaels guy all day. I grew my hair out growing up. I love Stone Cold too, Kyle, and The Rock. You know, all them. Triple H. I even like John Cena too. I remember John Cena, super baby face is what I call him. I think he is the biggest baby face of baby face. But I love John Cena still. But yeah, Shawn Michaels was the guy to me, man. I honestly quit watching when he retired. I was hurt so bad. I was like, man, how do you keep watching without no Shawn Michaels, man?
Heartbreak Kid,
it was
baby.
tough, dude. It was tough, man. I cried on that WrestleMania with Undertaker and him wrestled, man. That was a tough one, man. But we are on wrestling.
My brother
now.
has already turned on me. We haven't even made it to the ring.
Right, I'll turn heel on her.
Right, I'll turn heel on her. Straight like Paul Orndorff.
Next week, Raj is going to be a special guest next week on Going Hard in the Paint. Raj, be free if you can. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have you on guest Raj coming on, man, and we're going to have the brothers. We're going to have a good show next week.
Raj Jarrett in his house.
We're going to talk about how Bama won. So let's end this off tonight. Herb, let the beautiful people know where they can find you at, man.
Well, if our podcast is still going, it will be the Herb Ragsdale. I forgot he starts with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Before we do that, Plow Jogger had a question. We got to get to it. What is the team missing in terms of cohesion to keep it together? Sorry, we had to reel it back in a little bit. Seems like they fall apart.
I think your only true leader on the team is Nate Oats. You know, you'd want it to be Sears, but you've already had a self-benching and another benching. I just don't know that. And this outside observations, no source on the team. I don't sometimes see, I guess, the vocal leadership in game or the guys kind of getting after it. And on this team, you'd want it to be Sears or Nelson. It's never going to be Nelson. You know, he doesn't even look like that kind of guy. So I think you need an on-court guy to kind of get in everybody's face and kind of be like we might not like what's from Draymond Green, but I guarantee you he keeps people in line on goals or runs them off, punching them in practice, you know, so he's not the best example. But I think you just need one guy who's like, let me get in your face and let's keep this together. And I just don't know that they have that.
Oh, yeah, brother. Macho Man. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah. I think that's a good point, Raj. They maybe need an A-hole.
My name's Herb, but it's cool. It's fine.
Good Lord. You got me on Raj. See, Raj turned heel. I was reading his stuff with his thumbs up.
And that's all, folks.
Man, Herb,
we're keeping our streak alive.
Herb, JB, Roderick. We're just gonna have it all.
Just put them on our head. Put them on their heads. And I mean, this is how it is tonight, guys. We putting the towels up. We in here, guys. We've had a great show. I ain't
putting names up and calling the wrong ones. I'm officially an old white guy.
You know what, Herb? Let the people know where they can find Raj at. And you.
Raj is on the Raj and Raj podcast every Tuesday night. He also does videos. Look for his videos every Saturday. Raj is top 5 of the week. And then you can see him on Twitter at Raj_Raj. You can find him there. So check Raj out.
That's funny. Daniel Pettey, let the people know where they can find you at, brother.
Pettey, okay over there?
Find me hiding under a rock from Raj up there.
Oh, man.
Look, you can find me all over the network or either down a WWF. I don't call it WWE because, again, I'm an old man. rabbit hole. But other than that, you can find me all over the network. If you didn't catch it last night, I do a show on Mondays with Smoke, who is never scared to give his opinion. Opening kick at 7 Central. Monday night, he gave his top 5 safeties in Bama history, and it got the attention of a few of the safeties in Bama history named Roman Harper and George Teague. So we had a response video last night. Definitely go check it out. It's me, Smoke, the legendary George Teague on his birthday, and Roman Harper. It was a very, very cool hour for this man. I was very humbled and blessed to get to share it with absolute Bama legends. But, man, all over the network, again, Tuesday night, 8 Central with the final whistle. And Herb knows he's learned that sarcasm works on me, so he knows how to turn the button, and he turned it up just then. That got me. And then here on Thursday nights with my man JT and Roger.
Yes, sir, guys. So check us out on Sunday night talking Bama. We got me as the host, Herb on there, JB, Stephen M. Smith.
My boy Smoke's in the chat. We need to get Smoke on here.
Stop ducking me. I got Smoke for you. Yeah, Smoke, bro. We need to get you on, bro. What you doing next Thursday?
Dixon, my man, put together seriously one of the best hours I've ever last night. Smoke was back and forth. I can't prompt it enough. Go check us out.
It's on the channel.
I was swimming in some very, very deep water, so I kind of got out of the way and let the big boys eat. But man, Smoke and Teague and Roman were getting it last night. But Smoke, like I said, he's a basketball guy. We need to get him on here one night.
We need to bring him on, bro. Next week, bro.
If he gets his name right, he actually called him Herb.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
guys,
actually messaging him right now while everybody's forgetting who I am anyway. So.
Oh my God. All right, guys. So that's gonna wrap us up for tonight. Y'all have a good night. We don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
Roll Tide. I'm going to go continue drinking, apparently.